I vlog, and thus, I'm awesome. Please, do not Twitter. Do you get it? It says, please do not Twitter. Like, what my shirt says. Do you get it? I mean, if you don't, I guess it's okay, but just kind of stupid. What? Anyway, I'm about to clean out my earlobes. Alright, so what happened to you today? I started writing a tragic poem. My inspiration for it was last night. I couldn't find a movie that I could watch within an hour. After I got home and I had nothing else to do, I didn't want to sleep, so I just kind of walked around the house and talked to myself for like an hour straight. And dude, the things I was saying were awesome. It was like non-stop for an hour and a half, something. Me just babbling on with very detailed descriptions, and it's not Old English, but it's older English than what we use, like freaking way back when speak is what I say. Very eloquent and very like Lord of the Ringsy, because it was like, go upon the mountain, and unto thee the dove shall sing his sweet songs, and from hence you shall go. I don't know. If I'm just mumbling it under my breath, I can keep it going for a long time. But if I'm trying to actually remember it like in the middle of a conversation, it's never going to work. So, my new project right now, very much on the side project, shall I say, is to lock myself in my room and talk to myself for a couple hours and write down what I say, and it should be pretty awesome. Shakespearean, that's what I was going for. It's very Shakespearean, the dawn of modern English, which is kind of hard for a lot of people to read, but I can frickin' handle it. I read the college version of the Odyssey in like 6th grade, so I'm good with words. Anyway, and I started writing it today in English because there was nothing to do, and I could read Catch Me If You Can, which is an amazing book about like a 16-year-old swindler. Real true story. Frank William Abagnale, amazing character, and he's an actual person, so amazing person. It was made into a movie with DiCaprio and Tom Hanks, so I mean, yeah, hit yourself over the head for not, knowing that. How'd I get there for my tragic poem? I don't flippin' know. But any like tragic poems I do are gonna be about serial killers. Last night I watched Hannibal, the Hannibal Lecter movie. The week before that I watched Silence of the Lambs, and Friday I watched an episode of Hannibal, the series. All of them are excellent, but they're all about the serial killer. I was flipping out mentally about all like the possible routes that a story with a serial killer could go. It's amazing. So, I almost walked into that. That's crazy. Please do not. Do you like this? Awesome. You should order it. I don't sell them. Shut up. I kind of took a page out of Dexter's book when I started writing this, because I'm like, alright, I need to give him a job where he will meet people and he will know who people are, but he can easily cover up that he was the killer. I was thinking maybe he's like a hitman, but it's during like Shakespearean times, so it's cool. and that's why the language is so eloquent. And this guy is like a freaking genius, and that's why he's writing everything down in poetic format. And he's a coroner, and like for the freaking police, Scotland Yard, whatever. And do you know how easy it would be to pass off a murder if you were a coroner? That would be ridiculous. Or not like a coroner, but like a the forensics people. Forgot what they call them. There's one in like every show. Ducky on NCIS. Lordy, I'll never remember. It's kind of like a coroner, I guess. I have to look that up now. Crap! Anyway, and they look at the dead bodies and they're like, this is what killed him. And this is the fingerprint that I could find. Like, if you were a coroner and you were killing the people, it'd be so easy to cover that up because they'd take whatever you say at face value. They wouldn't look into it. One, they don't know how, and two, they have no reason to distrust you. It'd be awesome. Not awesome. That's what I meant. Anyway, so like, one of the ramblings that I said in passing last night was like, tears of blood are dripping down my face for I hold the body of my dearly beloved, whose voice would sing in my ear unless I heard anything pass her lips besides the words, I love you. Poetry. Something like that, I don't know. And I'm like, well, what if there was a coroner who killed his lady friend? I mean, that's how that thought process went. Anyway, it starts off about 12 lines of him mentioning that his dead lady friend is in his arms. And it's called, like, Tears of a Dead Man. Tears of a Man Long Dead. And it's awesome. When I finish, I'm going to definitely show it to my English teacher, because she'll be proud. She likes old poetry stuff. And I haven't really showed her any of my writing. I always do that with English teachers. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get you on my good side. So I show them the book that I'm writing at the time. And they're like, awesome. You're cool, kid. I am. Anyway, it starts out with him, like, with the body. And then it goes to officially sequence 1. Which is line 13. Where he sees... it's like... Jeez. It's like weeks before, maybe the night before, or something like that. When he first sees her, and then he accidentally, like, not accidentally, he means to kill her husband, but he doesn't know it's her husband. And so he, like, acts like he's trying to give her comfort, but really, I haven't gotten this far yet. I just got to where he killed the guy. Not even. He stabbed him once, and then he's gonna, like, bash his head, like, with a wheel from a wagon or something. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. When I'm finished, I'm gonna, either me, or I have a friend who is good at this kind of thing. Talk to her. Do some depressing artwork, and then do a voiceover of me reading it, and then put it on the YouTubes, so you can all cry, and be amazed at how deranged my mind is. It's pretty freaking crazy up in here, isn't it? Yeah. What else? It's Wednesday, so I got out of school an hour early. Enunciation. And more time to do stuff. That's what that means. So I'm gonna start working on Erased. Edit that Apocalypse Vlogs episodes and get them both off my iPad so I can have room. And then, start a new one of each, probably, I guess. I don't know. What else? Oh, the comic strip that I want to do, which is called Cool and Co. Have I actually really mentioned that in detail? Probably not. It's a very creative day. Be surprised. Ooh. Trees. Trees are fun to kill. When I was 10 years ago, this year, yeah, I know these things, I started drawing comics, and seeing as how I was 6, they look like crap, but looking back, they're kind of cute. They're cutesy and funny, but they're actually horrendously violent. In the first issue, my main character, who was Cam Cool, laugh it up. Now he's just Cool, Cool, in the comic strip, and then he was also the character in my novel, Cuel. But it's the same person, different versions of him, I guess. Anyway, in the first episode, or issue of the original thing, frickin' 10 years ago, there's this monster that shows up with 6 flippin' eyeballs and like a stomach coming out of his mouth. A mouth coming out of his stomach. That's not stomach coming out of his mouth. That's freaking weird. Anyway, mind's blown. Get past that, shall we? Anyway, and Cam Cool, he started out with like a little circle thing, which I guess was a shield. I don't remember. Anyway, freaking runs up, hits him in the face, like at the side of the head with the shield. All 6 of the guy's eyeballs like pop out, and like they're on the floor, and like tears are pooling at his feet, and like he just runs out crying. It was excellent. And so now the comic strip is going to be about that character. Not the one with the eyeballs, but I mean he's in the first couple. Him, the creator, doc person. Originally he was an android because 6 years old I wasn't all that creative. Now I'm extremely creative and I can find all kinds of new ways to work that into the storyline. Anyway, the doctor originally was like a black-haired guy with a beard and he like smoked a pipe. He had no role in the story whatsoever. He was just kind of there. But I changed him to where he has white hair, no facial hair, lab coat, Hawaiian shirt, always says, Great Scott. He is a huge homage to Doc Brown from Back to the Future. And it's gonna get even better, dude. The character Cool is gonna say to him every little bit, "That's heavy, dude." He's gonna say Great Scott. At some point, Cool is gonna have to run 89 miles an hour so that the part inside of him will allow him to time travel. Very obvious reference to Back to the Future that no one will get because everyone's stupid. Oh, it's gonna be so good though. So many characters. I drew like 40 characters on a note card the other day that are all gonna be in it at some point. But the way I'm gonna do it is like I'm gonna do one strip a day, each of them on a note card, which is kind of hard, but it's not that bad. Like 6 panels to each comic strip. Do one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so that we have like 36 panels to tell a flippant story in a week. It's gonna be kind of like The Phantom. It's like a serialized comic strip, but it's also cute and funny. Kind of on the side. But all these characters, and I'm also going to repeat storylines from my old comics to make them better, but also to make them worse, because my drawings back then, and some of my later works, were very cartoonish, but they weren't stick figures, and this is going to be all like stick figures, like Cyanide and Happiness style. So surprisingly detailed, but still stick figures. So make them worse, which will by and by make them better. I'd better go. Anyway, I did the first one last night, and I'm gonna tag it on to the end of this. Good night, sleep tight, and long for Monsters Bite. It's been real. Head bung. Peace. Goodbye.